Hi. Well, I said when the part comes in, I will run a test to see if the PS4 can be hooked up to this. Now, I have not tried this, but personally, I do not think it will because the PS4 is more like a digital signal, and this runs on analog. So I'm pretty sure the PS4 will not be able to be ran on this. Unlike the Dreamcast, which is the old ATSC signals, or digital, not non-digital. The PS4 is pretty much digital. So I'm pretty sure this is not going to work. As you can tell, I do have it connected. There's the adapter. So I'm pretty sure this will not work. Uh, we're going to see. What I'm also going to do, Midnight over there sitting on the box, tearing the box up. Um, I'm also going to attempt to rig the PS4 up to my laptop to see if that will actually be able to be hooked up through one of our um, TV sticks and see if it works on that. It may or may not, but I'm pretty sure this will not work because, like I said, this is like analog and that's like digital. This little adapter is not a converter. It does not convert the signal. It turns it from HDMI over to AV or RCA plug, whatever you want to call it. They are AV jacks, AV plugs. Now, to get that to fit, I did have to trim down the adapter, but I will show that to you. Now, like I say, I'm pretty sure this is not going to work because the PS4 and the late generation consoles are all digital. This is not digital whatsoever. So we're going to see. Now I have to put that on AV. It's on AV, it's on input. And let's see. Absolutely nothing going to the screen. And when I mean nothing, say nothing, I mean absolutely nothing. It is on. I can even put in a disc. Now let's find a disc to throw in here. Now I'm not sure if you can adjust the PS4 to be able to output a different signal other than this digital stuff. If you can, then it may be possible, but just getting a HDMI adapter is not going to work for this. Now, I did not think it was going to work. I just spent a couple dollars on the adapter to run this test, so it's not like we lost anything. Like I said, I am going to try to hook this same setup, not to here, but to my laptop, and run this same test. As you can see, nothing. The picture is not doing anything. Okay, well that's the test on this. Disc is in. So as far as later generation consoles, running it off something like this, no. Early generation consoles such as the Dreamcast, Nintendo, possibly Nintendo 64, PlayStation 2. I would not try this with a PS3. It may or may not work. We do not own a PS3. Like I said, I did not think this was actually going to work whatsoever. But I'm going to run a couple more, well, at least one more experiment where I'm going to try to rig it up, the PS4, through this little adapter. And remember, it's not a converter, it's just an adapter. And I'm going to try to hook it up to my laptop And what I will do is I will merge that video with this one so we can see this is not going to work. It may have to do with the screen resolution being so low on this compared to what the PlayStation 4 puts out. Because remember, this only works with certain screen resolutions. But since nothing itself is coming up, I kind of doubt that. I kind of think it is because that is a digital format. And this is ATSC. Which would be NTSC, HESC, UHF, and VHF. Okay? So it is not digital whatsoever. That's why the Dreamcast will play this way, but the PlayStation 4 will not. Alright, I'm fixing to go on this one. I will end up hooking all this mess up. At least try to figure out how to hook all this mess up to my laptop and see what it does. It may possibly play on my laptop, I don't know, because I do have a TV program on my laptop that lets me watch over their signals. So it's possible it may work on the laptop. Then again, it may not. I mean, the adapter, I did have to cut it down a great deal for it to be able to fit. So maybe the adapter isn't in all the way, but I believe it is. Once again, it does not and will not be able to be hooked up to something like this, your PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, anything that puts out a digital signal. This is not going to work with. But I did say I was going to test it and try it. I didn't think it would work in the first place. But, you know, I did test it. So we do know the Sega Dreamcast will work. And anything older than the Dreamcast should work. I believe a PS2 will work on this. I do not have a PS2 to test. But I believe a PS2 would work. Sega Dreamcast. Possibly Super Nintendo, things like that should work on this with the way I have it hooked up. Alright, that's it. I'm going to shut this video down. Then I'll hook up everything to my laptop, which I'm going to have to dig out a bunch of stuff to do this. And then I'm going to see if that can be picked up on my laptop before I hook it back up to the TV there. Alright, that's it. I'm fixing to go. And I will be right back once I get it hooked up to there and test it on there. Alright, bye. Okay, what I did here on my laptop is I got the Dreamcast set up first because I know exactly how to set this up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the cables. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not going to work. I'm not sure how this little K-World stick works, but I believe it's ATSC only. So we're going to see. But right now the Dreamcast is hooked up. I do have a disc over there for the PlayStation 4. Now, like I say, I'm pretty sure this is not going to work because the PlayStation 4 is like a completely different format. This is analog. The TV signals coming in may be digital, and this transcodes it over to analog so I can watch it on my laptop. But I just think that this is just the wrong type of signal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the cables here. Alright, here's the cables for the Dreamcast. Now, if this puts out a good signal, it should work. But I believe the signal type is totally different. I believe this is 100% pure digital. No signal. So, since that is a different signal type, I cannot get it to work on the portable DVD player. And I cannot get it to work on my laptop like I would hook up our Dreamcast. Now, I believe something like a PlayStation 2, you'd be able to do this with either your laptop or computer or the DVD player. But having a newer gen console, even though I do have an adapter for the AV plugs or RCA plugs, however you want to call it, right here. Now let's switch this out again. Right here. This is connected back here. Let's eject the disc. And of course the Dreamcast picks up. So that tells you a newer gen console cannot be hooked up this way. Now it may be because that is 100% already digital or some type of format that can't be picked up by my setup here. Let's go back over here. Now this was just an experiment. Let's see. That's antenna. That would be. Work environment and culture. And of course we do have some TV signals here. Even if you think you're aspiring to the very ideals that I believe channel 4 is just a repeat. I could be wrong. Or it could be actually trying to pick something else up. Alright, let's get off here. I don't want to get hit with a copyright. So, can you hook up a new gen console, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, directly to one of these? No. It is the wrong signal type. And even if you have a setup like this, to where you can play something like a Dreamcast, and I really believe a PlayStation 2 would play on here, maybe an Xbox One, but as far as new gen consoles go, I don't believe a PlayStation 3 or the Xbox One should not play. I don't believe it will. The original Xbox, there's a good possibility it would. And like I said, this is off my laptop. I already tested the DVD player. And once again, my DVD player will connect to my Dreamcast, well, my girlfriend's Dreamcast, without an issue. No problems whatsoever. And unfortunately, the signals it's sending out are just not the right type to be picked up by something this old. It was a fun experiment, and I only spent a couple dollars on the adapter. So, I really didn't lose anything, but it was a fun experiment. Once again, if you have a PlayStation 4 or 5, and you want to try something like this, I believe you have to have some type of converter. Just not an adapter like I have. I believe a converter is what you need. But like I said, we're perfectly happy with what we have. We may not have much, but we're happy with what we do have. I can watch TV on my laptop. I have seen videos where people have hooked up a digital inverter box to go from digital to analog for older sets and watch stuff on one of these. If I can get my hands on an inverter box, I will do an experiment with that. And Midnight's tearing up the box there. He's been laying on the box, tearing it up. And of course, he's been chewing on my laptop. And actually, both sides. He just loves to chew on stuff. But anyway, this was a small experiment. I did not think this would work at all because the new gen consoles, the signal output is completely different. And unfortunately, this experiment failed. But I did have fun doing the experiment, and I will keep my adapter. I'm sure I can find something to use it for. Um, we'll see. I may have something else here that hooks up to HDMI. I'm not sure. But once again, it was a fun experiment. Um, well, I guess that is it. Let's see if I can get Midnight in here. He's over there. But as you can see, the Dreamcast worked fine. It works fine on the portable DVD player. It works fine on my laptop. But a new gen console does not work. This was just an experiment. I did not think it would work, but I gave it a go anyway. And I hope everyone enjoyed the video. And once again, everyone have a good day. Bye.